So with the Amanita series today, we're going to be discussing one of the divergent Validae. It was in section Lepidilla when I learned about them, but we've discovered that they fit better in section Validae. So we're going to discuss Amanita canescens today, the golden threads Lepidilla. And we have a few in the yard today. These can get very large. As an example, here's an older one here. My hand for comparison. This one's a little beaten up. We'll focus on the younger one. It'll have more characteristics on it. So, this is Amanita canescens. This is in a group of divergent Validae. We have a few in this group, radiata, media, salmonescens, canescens. They're a little cryptic to really figure out what they are. I'm pretty confident this is canescens because it has this gray cap on it and plenty of these warts on top. And if you look slightly on the warts on top, mild salmon discoloration on the tips on a few here, and we also notice the salmon discoloration on the stem down here, which is very characteristic to this group, canescens in general. So as we dig it up, whoop, it has this bulbous base. They call this the golden thread Lepidilla because a lot of times the warts are connected to the cap by these little strands underneath. I don't have a very good example on this one. Other ones I've seen it where it's almost like a netting that encompasses the cap. And also the skirt on this one is very, I call it effervescent. It can deteriorate. I've seen it with a full skirt on it, but typically it doesn't have one. And one thing, if you rub it a little bit, especially at the base, sometimes you'll notice this salmon discoloration, which is not a rapid staining at all, but we can see it here on the bottom. Mildly rooting as well. And we'll take a gander at a few other ones in the yard, so a little motion sickness. We have this larger one here. Notice there's a lot of pyramidal warts on these, and characteristic of some warts also towards the base. And we can see what looks like a bit of the skirt connected where it tried to release itself from the gills. Let's pop this out and see if it has a skirt. Yep, so this one's pretty old. No real presence of a skirt on this girl. Let's see if we can find some of these threads that I was mentioning. No, this is going to be a tough one. You can see a few of the warts on this side, a little imprint of where it was connected. And these warts on these, they fall off very easily. You can see here, I just rubbed my finger. They fall off very easily, as that big one over there I mentioned didn't have any. And a couple big ones will walk across the street. I noticed the other day. There they are. Beauties. So we can see how these are a little older. And these warts are very easy to remove. You can see a lot of the warts were left underneath here. They just fall right off and land next to it on the dirt. This girl looks like she's rooting pretty deep. See if we can pop her out. There, some of the threads connected. hence the name golden threads. This is where the vellum material connects to the mushroom itself. So we can see this one has that bulbous base rooting, and this one has some presence of a skirt on it. Always good to look at the gills and find short gills to find their length and shape. And that's it, Amanita canescens. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, bye.